With a gentle touch, Nora smoothed her hijab in the mirror, her fingers quivering ever so slightly. The morning unfolded in a whirlwind of chaos. Liam found himself in quite the predicament. Juice had splattered across his school uniform, and to make matters worse, her car refused to start. With a heavy sigh, she ventured outside, bracing herself against the crisp morning air. Seeking a bit of assistance? A voice echoed from the other side of the driveway. As Nora glanced over her shoulder, she spotted Ethan, her neighbor, making his way toward her. Clad in a tattered hoodie, he clutched a rag, marked by the stains of his labor. His effortless grin stirred a mix of gratitude and unease within her. "I believe it might be the battery," she remarked, casting a quick look at her car. "Would you allow me to have a glance?" Ethan inquired, his voice carrying a gentle warmth and a sense of respect. With a brief pause, she finally gave a nod of agreement. With a steady hand, Ethan raised the hood, his eyes scanning the connections with a thoughtful intensity. Liam cautiously opened the front door, a spark of curiosity dancing in his eyes. "It appears to be a loose cable," Ethan remarked. "If you wish, I can mend it for you." "Of course," Nora responded gently. "How wonderfully generous of you." In just a matter of moments, Ethan had her car humming with life once more. Nora's smile was a delicate thing, yet it held a warmth that felt true and sincere. With a hint of unease, she expressed her gratitude, her posture betraying her discomfort. "I'm not quite adept at this sort of thing." With a hearty chuckle, Ethan reassured, "No worries. Delighted to have been of assistance." As Nora's fingers brushed against her purse, Ethan lifted a hand, signaling her to pause. "Fear not, for all shall be well. It brings me joy to lend a hand." That evening, as Nora stood by the kitchen sink, her hands immersed in soapy water, her mind wandered back to him, weaving memories like threads in a tapestry. He appeared gentle, perhaps even considerate, yet she reminded herself to keep her defenses up. Life had woven a lesson into her heart, whispering that to trust too easily might open the door to heartbreak. As the sun rose and set, their journeys intertwined like threads in a grand tapestry. With each encounter, Ethan welcomed her with a warm smile, always mindful of boundaries. One sunny afternoon, as Nora enjoyed her tea on the porch, the sound of laughter drifted in from the sidewalk. Liam found himself in a bit of a predicament as his bike chain had jammed. There was Ethan, kneeling beside him, ready to lend a hand and share his wisdom on how to fix it. "Press here," Ethan said softly, guiding with a tender tone. "Now let's weave a tail around it." The wheel turned effortlessly, and a radiant smile spread across Liam's face. "Thank you, Mr. Ethan." Nora found herself smiling, a warmth spreading across her face. "That was very sweet of you," she remarked, her eyes meeting Ethan's as he glanced her way. "Ah, Liam, a clever lad indeed," Ethan remarked. He took on the bulk of the work all on his own. Nora expressed her gratitude once more, yet an intriguing essence of Ethan remained with her. His kindness and patience wove a tapestry of emotions within her, stirring feelings she struggled to articulate. As the weeks passed and the evening air turned crisp, Nora felt a wave of emotions wash over her. The weight of bills, responsibilities, and the relentless struggle to juggle motherhood alongside her own feelings pressed down on her like a heavy cloak. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the neighborhood gathering swelled with laughter and chatter, but soon the clamor and throng grew overwhelming. With each breath, her heart raced, and a weight settled upon her chest. "Is that you, Nora?" Amidst the clamor, Ethan's voice emerged, clear and resonant. He gently led her away from the throng, positioning himself quietly at her side. "Breathe," he whispered gently, and let it out slowly. With her eyes gently shut, Nora let his voice guide her through the shadows of her imagination. As her breath found its rhythm, she opened her eyes to find Ethan's face etched with worry. Neither judgment nor pity shall find a place here. Thank you, she murmured, her voice a soft breeze in the stillness. At any moment, Ethan responded. His smile radiated a serene warmth, enveloping those around him in a gentle embrace. That night, as Nora gently tucked Liam into bed, her thoughts drifted back to the soothing cadence of Ethan's voice, steady and filled with warmth. She felt a gentle warmth that wrapped around her heart, refusing to fade away. As the days slipped into weeks, Ethan's presence wove itself into the fabric of comfort, a gentle reassurance in the unfolding tale. He never imposed, never overstayed his welcome, yet somehow he was always present when she sought assistance. In every act, from clearing the snow that blanketed her driveway to sharing a warm smile during the bustling school runs, his kindness flowed effortlessly, like a gentle stream in the quiet of winter. On a delightful Saturday afternoon, Nora's ears were graced with the sound of laughter drifting in from outside. With a curious glance through the window, she spotted Ethan demonstrating the art of throwing a baseball to Liam. Liam's face radiated with joy as Ethan took the time to lead him along the way. "You're truly impressive at this," Nora remarked as Ethan sent the ball back to Liam. With a casual shrug, he shared, "I played a bit back in college." Liam possesses an innate talent. With a gentle smile, Nora felt a wave of gratitude wash over her, though uncertainty lingered in her heart. Ethan was carving out a space in her son's heart, and that filled her with unease. She understood the delicate nature of fortune, how swiftly it could vanish into the ether. On the weekend that followed, Ethan arrived, a box clutched in his hand. As I wandered through the aisles of the bookstore, a particular title caught my eye, and I couldn't help but think that Liam would find it intriguing. He proclaimed, raising a children's science kit high for all to see. "You didn't have to," Nora replied. "I know," Ethan replied with a calm assurance. "I simply believed he would find it delightful." As the evening unfolded, Nora observed Liam with a spark of joy, his hands deftly assembling circuits from the kit, and a comforting warmth blossomed within her heart. Ethan's kindness flowed like a gentle river, touching everyone around him, not just her. His heart held a true affection for Liam as well, yet uncertainty began to weave its way into the narrative. Nora had constructed barriers around her heart, and there was a story behind each one. Her divorce had etched deep marks upon her heart, a poignant reminder that love, no matter how fervently cherished, could unravel in the most unexpected of ways. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the neighborhood, Nora arrived home, weary from her day's toil. There, on the porch, she spotted Ethan, cradling a steaming cup of coffee, lost in thought. She took a brief moment to gather her thoughts before making her way over. "It was a day filled with challenges?" Ethan inquired. "Indeed," she let out a soft sigh. "Obligations, timelines, all of it." "I understand," Ethan remarked. "I've encountered my share of those tales." In a serene moment, they found themselves enveloped in a comfortable silence, the cool air wrapping around them like a gentle embrace, bringing an oddly soothing sense of peace. "May I pose a question to you?" At long last, Nora found her voice. "What is it that makes you so endlessly patient?" Ethan offered a subtle smile, a hint of warmth flickering across his face. "I've come to understand the depths of solitude since my mother left this world. It seemed as though I had become invisible to everyone around me. I make an effort to be present whenever possible." His words resonated profoundly within her soul. Nora understood that sensation, the subtle pain of shouldering it all by herself. A week later, as the evening shadows danced through the grocery store, Nora's eyes caught sight of Ethan in the very same aisle. With a friendly nod, they greeted each other, But it was Ethan's gaze that fell upon her cart, a hasty collection of items that hardly formed a complete meal. "Are you all right?" he inquired softly. Nora mustered a smile, though weariness lingered in her eyes. In silence, Ethan approached, gently replacing her instant noodles with vibrant fresh vegetables and convenient meals ready to be prepared. "This here is quicker and superior," he declared, a grin spreading across his face. "Believe in me." For reasons unknown, that seemingly simple gesture struck her with an intensity she hadn't anticipated. He had no intention of winning her admiration. His heart was set on simplifying the world around him. That night, as she prepared the meal Ethan had proposed, the house enveloped her in a warmth and tranquility, as if, perhaps, she was no longer shouldering the weight of the world by herself. Nora found herself unable to dismiss her emotions any longer. The warmth of Ethan's kindness and the unwavering nature of his patience enveloping her heart. It awakened a long-dormant feeling within her, one she hadn't experienced in many years. Yet alongside those feelings, a shadow of fear crept in. She was well aware of the whispers that would follow. A tale of a Muslim mother who finds herself captivated by a Christian man. It was a tapestry of intricacies. It seemed like an insurmountable challenge. She began to weave a tapestry of distance. As Ethan waved from the other side of the street, she offered a subtle smile, a fleeting moment before she turned her gaze away. As Liam inquired about Mr. Ethan's potential return, she deftly shifted the conversation to another topic. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow, Ethan approached her door and knocked softly. With a moment's pause, Nora stood before the door, her hand hovering just above the handle, uncertainty swirling in her mind. "Is all well in your world?" he inquired gently. "I've just been caught up in a whirlwind of activity," she replied with a hint of urgency. Ethan took a moment, his gaze lingering on her expression. "Have I stumbled upon a misstep?" "No," Nora insisted, though her voice wavered ever so slightly. It seems I find myself in need of a little room to breathe." Understanding flickered in Ethan's eyes, yet his face revealed the shadow of disappointment that lingered beneath the surface. "Should you ever find yourself in need, remember, I'm just a call away." As the weeks unfolded, Nora wove a narrative in her mind, assuring herself that her choices were just and true. She immersed herself in her work, in the joys of parenting, in every task that occupied her thoughts. Yet, despite her relentless efforts, the memories clung to her like shadows, refusing to be cast aside. In a small corner of the world, Ethan took on the task of mending Liam's bike, his hands deftly working to restore it to its former glory. In that overwhelming evening, Ethan was there, guiding her breath with gentle support. In a gentle act of kindness, Ethan quietly exchanged the groceries, all to lighten her load and bring a touch of ease to her day. One evening, Liam inquired softly, "Did I do something wrong?" "Mr. Ethan has stopped visiting us." Nora felt a heavy weight in her chest. "No, my dear," she whispered, gently tucking his hair behind his ear. "Mr. Ethan is simply caught up in his many endeavors." Yet, the echoes of Liam's words remained in the air. On that fateful night, Nora found herself in solitude, grappling with the tempest of her feelings. She felt a deep affection for Ethan, not merely due to his kindness, but because he grasped her essence in a manner that few others ever could. Yet trepidation gripped her, a haunting shadow of judgment, the sting of past wounds, and the weight of her son's joy resting heavily on her heart. The following afternoon, she stumbled upon Ethan on his porch, diligently tightening screws on a wooden chair. With a heart full of resolve, she took a step forward. Once upon a time, in a soft whisper, she spoke, "Hey." With a sudden lift of his gaze, Ethan found himself taken aback. Hey, he replied, placing his tools aside with a sense of ease. Nora confessed, I've been steering clear of you. Fear gripped me. What are we talking about? Ethan inquired. With a heavy heart, Nora let out a soft sigh. Of the perils of intimacy, of the whispers that might follow, of the wounds that could reopen. Ethan gave a slow, thoughtful nod. I understand, he replied, but my intention isn't to complicate your life. If you require some distance, I will honor that wish. But that's the crux of it, Nora murmured. I desire no expanse of emptiness. I'm at a loss for how to bring this to life. Ethan's gaze grew tender. There's no need to solve everything right now, he said. I want to share with you how much you and Liam mean to me. And whatever this may be, we can savor each moment as we go. His words gently eased a weight that had settled deep within her heart. After a long stretch of time, Nora finally found the courage to let a smile grace her lips. In a gentle whisper, she remarked, "Slow sounds good." As she strolled back home, a sense of lightness enveloped her, as if she had at last granted herself the freedom to embrace hope once more. A week later, Nora's family arrived for a visit. Her home blossomed with the sound of cherished voices and the gentle embrace of laughter. The echoes of her mother's soft reminders about faith and tradition danced in her thoughts, lingering long after they had departed. Though she held her beliefs dear, Nora found herself grappling with a burgeoning feeling in her heart, a sensation that filled her with dread. The following morning, she found herself at her window, observing Ethan as he savored his coffee on the porch. He appeared serene, blissfully ignorant of the tempest brewing within her. She understood that evasion was no longer an option. She found herself at a crossroads, faced with a choice that would shape her path ahead. As the afternoon sun began to dip, Ethan made his way over, a book cradled in his hands and a gentle smile gracing his lips. It seems Liam has been pondering the mysteries of space. He mentioned he thought this might pique his interest. As Nora accepted the book, a gentle spark ignited as her fingers brushed against his. May we have a moment to converse? She inquired softly. On her porch, they lingered, the air thick with an unspoken tension. I'm not quite sure how to approach this, Nora confessed. My faith is a guiding light, one that shapes my journey and holds deep significance for my son. I would never ask you to, Ethan declared with conviction. It's clear that this journey is not without its challenges. You don't understand, Nora said, her voice trembling with emotion. Whispers will weave through the air. My family, they will not embrace this. With a slow, deliberate breath, Ethan let the air escape his lungs. Then allow me to grasp the essence, he said. Share with me your heart's desires, the things that hold significance for you. In the days that followed, Ethan embarked on that very journey. He delved into her beliefs, posed inquiries with gentle intrigue, and never sought to alter her perspective. One evening, Nora stumbled upon him standing outside her local mosque, quietly observing as the community came together for prayer. Not a single word had escaped his lips regarding it. He yearned to grasp the essence of her universe. As Nora approached him with her concerns, Ethan offered a gentle smile. I understand I may not fulfill every expectation you have, he began, his voice steady and sincere, but I genuinely wish to learn what matters most to you, for you hold great significance in my life. His words lingered in her mind, weaving through her thoughts like a gentle breeze, leaving an imprint that would not fade. For the first time, she experienced a force more powerful than fear itself. Belief not solely in Ethan, but in her own strength. On that fateful weekend, Nora extended an invitation to Ethan for a delightful dinner. It was nothing extravagant, merely a humble meal enjoyed with Liam at the table. They shared hearty laughter as they reminisced about Ethan's childhood tales, while Liam's insatiable curiosity about stars and planets wove a tapestry of connection between them. As the evening unfolded, Nora found herself captivated by Ethan, observing the warmth in his words and the way Liam's face brightened in his presence. She discovered that love could coexist with her own identity. It might signify the quest for a kindred spirit, someone ready to journey alongside her, sharing the path and the burdens equally. As Ethan stepped out into the night, he lingered for a moment at the threshold. "Whatever may come," he murmured softly, "it brings me joy to have crossed paths with you." With a calm assurance, Nora responded, "I'm glad I met you, too." In that moment, she realized this journey was not about flawless solutions or straightforward routes. Once upon a time, two hearts embarked on a journey to discover a shared path, one that flourished through patience, respect, and a bond that transcended the shadows of fear. As the days turned into weeks, Nora and Ethan found themselves weaving a gentle tapestry of routine. In the quiet tapestry of life, there were no sweeping proclamations or hasty vows, only the gentle unfolding of small moments that felt effortlessly right. From his porch, Ethan would greet Nora with a wave as she came home from work, and on occasion, she'd extend an invitation for him to join her for tea. Liam was always filled with joy at Ethan's company, as his presence brought a sense of ease rather than any sort of trouble. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow in the room, Nora busied herself with the dinner preparations when suddenly Liam's voice broke the gentle silence. "Mr. Ethan possesses a certain charm that makes him quite pleasant." He pondered deeply, but will he truly become a part of our family now? Nora took a moment, her heart constricting with emotion. "Why do you inquire?" she responded with caution. Liam shrugged, for when Dad departed, sadness often clouded your days, yet now a brighter smile graces your face more often. His words lingered in her mind, echoing like a gentle whisper in the quiet of her thoughts. Liam's joy was the very essence of her world, yet the mere idea of jeopardizing it once more filled her with unease. What if the tale took an unexpected turn? What if this warmth she felt was merely a fleeting moment? As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the world, Ethan picked up the phone and made his call. "I'm embarking on a little adventure out of town for a few days." He spoke softly, his voice carrying the weight of farewell. "Is everything all right?" Nora inquired. "Indeed," Ethan responded. "I'm on a little adventure to see my sister." As Nora ended the call, a wave of realization washed over her. She would deeply miss him, not merely for his company, but for the serene solace he provided. That night, she immersed herself in a tapestry of memories, Ethan diligently fixing her car, soothing her during her moments of panic, and patiently teaching Liam the art of throwing a baseball. Every moment resonated with a sense of steadiness and truth, embodying a love she believed was lost to her forever. Upon Ethan's return, Nora graciously extended an invitation for him to join her for dinner. The evening unfolded with a gentle charm, filled with laughter, tales shared, and quiet glances that conveyed emotions deeper than any words could express. As Ethan lent a hand in clearing the table, Nora finally found her voice. With a tremor in her voice, she confessed her fear. "I'm uncertain about the mechanics of this, about how we can bring it to fruition." "We'll find a way," Ethan murmured, his voice gentle and reassuring. "United as one." With a deep breath, Nora felt her heart find its rhythm once more. "I want that," she whispered. As the days unfolded, the connection between them deepened, weaving a tapestry of shared moments and unspoken understanding. With a gentle touch, Nora welcomed Ethan into the circle of her dearest friends, slowly unveiling the tapestry of her life to him. Ethan, in his own way, illuminated Liam's world, never attempting to don a mask, but simply arriving with a gentle warmth that spoke volumes. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the porch, The three friends settled in, their laughter mingling with the gentle evening breeze. Liam, feeling the comfort of camaraderie, rested his head against Ethan's arm, a silent testament to their bond. With a soft, dreamy voice, he whispered, "I'm so glad you're here." As Nora's gaze intertwined with Ethan's, a stillness enveloped them, and in that fleeting instant, she understood everything. Love unfolded gently, never needing to be hurried or compelled. It might reveal itself softly, woven from trust, respect, and an openness to explore. For the first time in what felt like an eternity, Nora sensed that this was more than a fleeting emotion. It was a tangible moment, a treasure to cherish and keep close. The weeks that followed unfolded with a tranquility that Nora had not known for many years. Ethan's presence was like a calm river, flowing steadily without ever crashing over the banks. He had an uncanny ability to sense the perfect moment to intervene and when to allow her the freedom she needed. It wasn't merely his kindness that captivated her, it was the way he truly listened, the way he honored her boundaries without hesitation. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the last remnants of daylight faded, they found themselves standing together outside, enveloped by the serene embrace of a tranquil sky. As the night deepened, Liam drifted into slumber, enveloping the two of them in a warm and peaceful quietude. With a gentle tone, Ethan mused, "I can sense your concerns about others' opinions and how this intertwines with your journey." With a fleeting look downward, Nora's fingers wove themselves tightly into the fabric of her sleeves. "It's more than mere opinions," she confessed. "It embodies my beliefs, my principles. Those are non-negotiable for me." "I wouldn't want you to," Ethan replied. "I understand that this is an integral part of your essence, and I would never dream of asking you to alter it." His words wove a gentle comfort within her, though shadows of doubt still danced in the corners of her mind. "But what if it falls short?" she inquired. "What if this doesn't unfold as we hope?" Ethan's expression took on a gentler hue. "In that case, we can take solace in the fact that we gave it our all, with sincerity and passion in every beat of our hearts." Though his answer may not have been flawless, it carried a genuine essence, and that alone sufficed. A few days later, as Nora arrived to pick up Liam from school, she caught the sound of two women engaged in conversation nearby. Their whispers danced softly in the air, yet the words carried a sharpness that pierced the heart. "Have you caught a glimpse of her with that man once more?" One whispered, "I heard he's not even part of the faith." The other responded, "What sort of example does that set for her son?" With her gaze fixed on the ground, Nora feigned ignorance to the world around her. Yet the words trailed behind her, nibbling away at her doubts. As twilight settled in, she found herself in the kitchen, crafting a meal, while her mother's voice danced through her thoughts. Echoes of the significance of safeguarding her family's values, of making choices with care. As the night enveloped her, the phone rang with Ethan's name lighting up the screen, yet she chose to let it ring on, the sound echoing in the stillness. She whispered to herself that she required distance, convincing herself that this path was simpler. Yet, the pain that ensued revealed to her that she had not been guarding her heart. In a quiet corner, she concealed herself. 2 days later, Ethan appeared at her doorstep, worry etched across his face. "I haven't seen you around," he murmured softly. "Is all well in your world?" With a moment of uncertainty hanging in the air, Nora gathered her thoughts and finally found her voice. Whispers filled the air, she confessed, "and I find myself at a loss, unsure of how to navigate this situation." "No need for explanations," Ethan remarked. "If this doesn't align with your desires, I will certainly comprehend." "Ah, but that's the crux of it," Nora murmured softly. "I yearn for this, yet I fear losing my essence in the pursuit of it." Ethan gave a slow, thoughtful nod. "Let's embark on this journey one step at a time," he declared. in a way that suits you best. His unwavering patience finally dismantled the final barrier she had been guarding. She came to understand that love need not be bound by ultimatums or impossible choices. It might unfold gently, persistently, a force that blossomed just by being allowed to exist. On that weekend, as the sun dipped low and the evening air settled around them, Liam nestled close to Ethan, drifting off into a peaceful slumber. With a gentle sigh, Nora reclined, her heart finally finding its calm. Though the answers eluded her for now, one truth resonated within her heart. Love need not wear the cloak of perfection, it simply must breathe with authenticity.